spirit of Anton Fransch, long live! Comrades, good morning. It is an incredible honor and a very special privilege to have the opportunity for me to speak at this important gathering where we honor the life and contribution of Comrade Anton Fransch. As I come here today on behalf of all of the workers of this country, we appreciate the contributions that have been made, and we come here to celebrate the important life and legacy of Comrade Anton Fransch. That legacy is reflected in all of the lives and in all of the possibilities that continue to exist for all of our people. Comrade Anton lived his life with purpose. That purpose was directed at ensuring that our people knew freedom, that our people knew justice, and that our people knew equality. And those are noble ideals that we should all strive for. But those ideals can only be guided by feelings of love for your people if you're able to pay the ultimate sacrifice to ensure that their lives are liberated. So we come today to celebrate his life, and we come to celebrate his contribution. But comrades, we also come to mourn his passing, because here was one of the brightest of our country. Here was one of those that should have stood at the altar of leadership to continue guiding our people to many of the important challenges that exist. But we know without doubt that as we celebrate his passing, that his blood has nurtured the tree of freedom, that his passing had contributed to the life that we live today. And so we draw courage from his story, from his life, and from his immense contribution to making sure that the African people are liberated. And as we come here today, comrades, we say without any doubt, Comrade Anton, we're here to pick up the spear that you have laid down. And that spear must be used to continue to realize the liberation promise that we have made to our people. That liberation promise is enshrined since 1955 when we adopted the Freedom Charter. And the Freedom Charter spoke very clearly about what we must do in this country. We must ensure that the doors of learning and culture are open to all of our people, so that black and white children have the same opportunities to realize their potential and be the best that they can be. We must ensure that the wealth of this country is divided amongst all of those people, so that we don't have those who live in extravagance and the rest of our people living in poverty. Our country is wealthy enough to ensure that all of our people have a decent standard of living, and we must ensure that that wealth is shared amongst all of our people. We must ensure that the land belongs to those who work it. And so the farm workers, along with the farm owners, must own and control and direct what we do in this land, so that we can ensure that all of our people's ambitions are taken forward. And Comrade Fransch, that is the sacred promise that we make to you, because that's the promise that you took up when you committed to the ANC, and when you committed to the ANC program of liberating our people and making sure that our leaders, as you had exemplified by acting in service of our people, that our leaders act with honor. No longer should there be those who seek to enrich themselves at the cost of our people. Our responsibility is to serve our people and to make sure that we respond to their most urgent needs firstly. But Comrade Fransch, we also come here today to pay homage to your contribution and to remind you of what you've made possible. Today, more than 3 million people across the length and breadth of our country have access to houses that they didn't have in the dark days of apartheid. More than 87% of our people are connected to water, electricity, and other basic services that they were denied and excluded from under the days of apartheid. Today, women are honored and cherished and given equality in our constitution and in our way of life in this country, something that was undermined them in the dark days of apartheid. That's what your life and that's what your contribution has represented to our people, and we thank you today. And so, Comrade Fransch, we come here today to thank you for your immense contribution. We come here today to thank your family for sharing your life with us, for supporting you in your heroic contributions to the liberation of our people. And we come here to also make sure that you know that our pledge is a sacred one. And that pledge is to make sure that our struggle continues until all of our people are liberated, until we've realized the liberation promise of the Freedom Charter, and until we've built a better life for all of our people. Thank you very much, Comrade Fransch. Amandla!